When I was young, my family frequently attended church in our small Nebraska town, and I had a desire to know God. But eventually we quit going, and by the time I entered Central Washington University to study journalism, my heart had grown cold. In God's providence, I was placed on the same residence hall floor as several Christians. They attempted to tell me about Jesus and invited me to Bible studies, but I refused. I openly mocked their faith. I sensed that if I gave God even a little, He would want all of me. And frankly, I liked determining my own destiny. Each summer while at college, I worked at Girl Scout camps, and I was good at it. When I couldn't get a job out of college, I signed up to work at camp for the summer. God was pursuing me. What I didn't know was that both the camp director and the assistant camp director were Christians who had been praying that God would bring to their staff people whom He intended to save. My directors, Lisa and Cynthia, lived their faith in a genuine way, and when God opened the opportunity, they spoke about their faith. God was tenderizing my heart through their example. Midway through the summer, I took a group of 30 campers and 3 staff to the top of a high hill overlooking Lake Coeur d'Alene. We camped overnight so that we could watch the sunrise over the lake the next morning. But that morning, 33 people refused to get out of their sleeping bags. As I watched that gorgeous sunrise alone, God revealed Himself to me. As I sat there in the chilly dawn, something shifted in my soul. I no longer wanted to run from God. I wanted to know Him and be known by Him. A year and a half later, I was in Lima, Ohio, working for a Girl Scout council. I was 24 years old and I had achieved my life goal, but I was still not happy. I wrote a letter to my friend Cynthia and I asked her what it meant to be a Christian. She called me and explained the gospel to me, that it was sin that separated me from God, and that Jesus took all our sin on the cross so that He could be the bridge between humans and their Creator. That Sunday, I wanted to go to church, so I got out the telephone book. Google didn't exist at the time. And I found a church called the New Hope Christian Center on Beatty Road. I had no idea where Beatty Road was, but I always carried a map in my car. There wasn't any GPS, but the map wasn't in my car. And it was getting about the time that I thought church should start, so I prayed, Lord, show me the way, and started driving. The road that I was on went several miles out into the country and came to a T at Beatty Road. I didn't know whether to turn left or right, and so I prayed, Lord, show me the way. I turned left, and about 1.5 miles down that road was the New Hope Christian Center. In the parking lot that morning, I knew God was real and personal and that He wanted to be involved in my life. After the message, the pastor invited all who wanted to get their life right with Jesus to come forward to the front of the church. I went forward and publicly received the Lord as my Savior on January 24th, 1988. Jesus has been showing me the way ever since.